Let's talk about the SIBO diet. I've had so many messages and so many comments about this. I want to start off by saying that SIBO is a really complex condition that affects your gut health, so it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach, and what works for me may not work for you. SIBO stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and it's essentially when you have too much bad bacteria in your small intestine, and it basically imitates the same symptoms as IBS, so like bloating, gas, cramps, brain fog, fatigue, all that kind of thing. The thing that makes SIBO really complicated is that it can have different causes. So some people's might be stress, it might be motility issues, it might be that you've had a surgery. I found out I had SIBO around 2 years ago when I was living in London, and I worked with a naturopath over there at the time, and she put me on the Bi-Phasic diet. So I can add some more information about that in the caption. But essentially, the aim of the diet is to kind of like starve out the bacteria, as well as that you take herbal supplements to try and like kill off the bacteria. So that actually worked for me quite well at the time, but I found over the next few months after stopping, my symptoms just returned. More recently, over the last couple of months, I worked with a different naturopath here in Australia, and I did a little bit more of a manageable diet. So just focused on kind of anti-inflammatory foods, gluten-free, dairy-free, obviously no sugar, and I felt amazing in the beginning. Fortunately, since I've stopped, I have found my symptoms starting to creep back in. That is super common though, because SIBO is so hard to treat, and it's likely in my situation and maybe other people's situation that there's other underlying issues going on as well. If you're struggling with persistent gut issues and nothing's working, it could be worth getting tested for SIBO. If you have any other questions about the SIBO diet, drop them below and I'll try and answer.